Hello guys and welcome to Python programming tutorials by Amul's Academy. Today in this tutorial we are discussing about how to print stars in alphabetical F shape. Okay, in the previous tutorials we discussed about how to print stars in alphabetical A to E shape, and printing F is also similar to that. So let's begin with the code. Here requirements are same, that is we are using two for loop to print stars in different row and column, and we are using if else conditional statement, that is in some row and column we want star and in some row and column we want space. That's why we are using condition. And next we are using logical and logical or operator. Here we can see the 7 row and 5 columns. So first we'll write the for loop for that. So for row in range 7, this for loop is to print stars in the row, and here row is a variable, range is from 0 to 7. That's because in the output we can see 7 row. If you want you can change the number. Inside this we'll write another for loop, that is to print column, and here col is a variable name and range is from 0 to 5. Inside this we are using if else conditional statement, and here if, and here we need to mention the condition, that is in which row and column you want star. For that we'll observe the output. First we will see the column, and here we can see column 0, it contains stars in each row. Column 0, row 0, we can see the star. Column 0, row 1, we can see the star. Column 0, row 2, we can see the star. Column 0, row 3, we can see the star. Column 0, row 4, we can see the star. Column 0, row 5, we can see the star, and row 6 and column 0 we can see the star. So I want star in the column 0. So my first condition will be, I'll check whether column is equal to 0. Okay, so this is my first condition. And I'll use logical OR operator. In the logical OR operator, if both the inputs are false, then only output is false. If any one of is true, then output is true. Here to print star, I want this to be true or other condition to be true, or both can be true. That's why I am using logical OR. And my next condition will be, column is done, right? Now we'll check for the row. So in the row 0 we can see the star, and row 3 we can see the star. So I need to check whether row is equal to 0 or row equal to 3. But at that time column should be greater than 0, because I want to print these stars. This star and this star is already printed, right? That's why I'll check whether row is equal to 0 or row equal to 3. At that time column should be greater than 0. So I'll write like this. I'll check the row is equal to 0 or row is equal to 3. And in this case I want column must be greater than 0. So this is my second condition, so I'll put them together. And this is my condition. Here first we are checking whether column is equal to 0. If it is true, I want star. Next we can see logical OR, and this is my second condition. And here we are checking whether row is equal to 0 or 3. If any one of this is true, at that time I want column must be greater than 0. That's why I used logical AND here. So to print star, I want any one of these conditions should be true or both can be true. If both the condition become false, then else part will execute. If this condition is true, then I want to print star and is equal to empty string. Okay, if you already watched my previous tutorial, that is how to print stars in A, B, C, D shape, then you must be know about this end string. That is in the print syntax, end string will be present. By default its value will be /n. But here in my output After printing one star, I want next star immediately after that. I don't want any space or new line between them. That's why I am using end is equal to empty string here. And if you want more information about this, then you need to watch my first video, that is how to print stars in alphabetical A shape. Or you can type help print in the shell and you'll get the syntax and all the information about the print. Alright, then next is I'll go for the else part. That is, if this condition is false, then I want to print space. That's why I'll use end is equal to space. That is, if the condition become false, we need to print space, right? Here we can see the space. So when condition become false, it will execute else part and it will print space there. Next, inside the first for loop, I'll use print statement. It's because after each row we want to go to the new line. That is, after printing one row, I want control to be in the next line. So now we are done with our code. So I need to save this and run this. And here we can see the output. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. I'll meet you in next class. Till then, take care.